Welcome back to Boruto Anime Review, episode 183. This I'm discussing the newest episode of the anime, which is episode 183, Hand. Yes, that is seriously the name of the episode, The Hand. This episode adapts from chapter 18 of the manga. Yes, 18. Which they had a bunch of anime original stuff in this episode. Oh yes. Is there any, major change? Not really, no. They just added a bunch of stuff to this. Yeah, nothing was cut out of this episode. You're probably thinking, that's a surprise. Boruto actually cut out stuff, not cut out stuff as mangas. Normally, yes, they would do that. Yes. The episode starts off not where the manga chapter starts off. Oh, no. The episode starts off at the Kara base, where apparently Delta, this new guy, I think he might be an original character. Yes, Delta. Or apparently she's been summoned along with this other guy, I don't remember the guy's name. Apparently he's got a number of 6 on his face. And he pretty much just, how should I put this? That's better. Yeah, he pretty much wondering why the heck is there, where Armando is. And of course, I love what the animation did with Delta. They had her do, flick out her hair, which is typical of women to do in anime a lot. And not much in live action per se, but it's typical of anime, and I do appreciate the team made this episode doing that. So Armando basically has them there because he wants to do maintenance on them. And Baro, yes, he's the big chubby guy, big guy who Boruto fought later on after this. He briefly appears in this episode to say, "Hi, I'm here," and he goes bye bye. And of course, basically later on, Armando was talking to Joggin, the leader of Kara, where he says, "Oh yeah, I scanned Delta and the other guy, and they're fine. Nothing suspicious about them. The only scan yet was Baro and Kajin, the guy who was later revealed to be the clone of Jiraiya. No joke, the guy is seriously Jiraiya's clone, which is going to be interesting to when he meets up with frickin' Naruto. And let's see." Yeah, all the car stuff for this episode is complete anime original. And, of course, you had the red-haired guy sneaking around the background, wondering what the heck is going on with him. And that's the last of the car for this episode. Because all the car stuff, like I said, all complete anime original stuff. We got to the scene where they arrive at the facility. And Boruto comes, this place is smaller than I figured. And Kisuke is like, the place got enough for a facility, it's huge. So they go in and they come across something. Now, this next part here is they meet with the guy. Now, up until this next part, when they meet with an old friend of theirs, this whole, few minutes is also complete and original. It's an expansion on basically what was going on before. They actually added this. This is actually an addition. So they meet with a scientist who works there, with a young woman who basically runs the place. And then they come across Yes, a character who is an anime original character, believe it or not. And this is his first appearance in quite a while in the series. I think the last time he was seen was back when, basically, the character who I mentioned, Sasumori, shows up in this episode. And, basically, what she was doing is actually complete anime original. Of course, we see this, the director, and I'm surprised Boruto, being the son of a guy who was a pervert, I'm like, oh my gosh, this woman's hot. She looked like she's presumably about in her early to mid-20s, but she looks fantastic. And she's from the same clan that Kiba's from. And the thing is, I note this basically in the episode. I'm sure readers have noted this when they read the chapter, but yet Boruto doesn't note this, not even Sadara. And heck, they know somebody from the same clan that she's from. Also, she doesn't have the little red mark on her face, though she does a little blushing whenever she sees Kisuke. Apparently he thinks he's handsome. I'm like with Bard's really? She finds him handsome. Okay. Yeah, and it's later revealed she, along with Sasumori, is possibly have a thing for Boruto. I'm thinking, Boruto, now Sasumori, fine, but this lady, I'm like, she's 10 years older than Boruto, and yet she may have a thing for Boruto, because of course, they actually got the line with she in the manga. Where she says, "Oh, what a bunch of cute youngsters." Yeah, she doesn't say that in the anime at all. They actually cut that out for some reason. Scenes-wise, it's mostly the same, but they kind of align with it. That was kind of interesting. So she stops New with the device that was first introduced in the actual Boruto movie, the little capsule using the Shadow Paralysis Jutsu, and then she picks up New, hand off to Susumori, who's wearing a visor on her face. Yeah, this particular thing, and also her outfit, is different to how presented in the manga. In the manga, she wears a sailor suit, what a sailor outfit, basically, what Japanese high schoolers wear. In the anime, she's wearing her outfit she's worn throughout the whole series. Kind of like with Sadara. She, along with Susumori, are in completely different attires than they do in the actual manga itself. Which, I prefer the anime looks for these characters better than what the manga basically gives these characters. Though, fun fact about Susumori, she made her debut in the anime first, then the manga. Even though, yes, this episode is adapted from manga, and this chapter is episode adapted from, this was technically her first manga appearance. Despite the fact she predated the manga by about like a year. So they go off in their room, they chat for a while, and of course it's so far towards class rep. The original translation, I read it basically this chapter, they refer to as class president. Both in the Viz Media translation and in the episode, they refer to her as class rep, which is basically her title she had when she was in school. And like every refers to that, despite the fact this is Susumori. And they chat for a while, which is great. The fact that, and of course, unlike in the manga, there was like no reason for her to be here. Like in the actual anime, they actually gave a reason, and the reason is pure and simple. The reason why they basically have her here is so that she basically coexists with Nemu more, with New. She's the creature that's basically her pet, and well, support the village. Okay, perfectly fine. And then Boruto like, okay, mission's done, and this is not a change in the manga. So everybody thinking, okay, wait, there's still more in the mission? What are you talking about? I thought we were just here to deliver this thing. Nope, we're here to test the new stuff. And Bart like, oh crap, I hate ninja tools. So, the first thing to test is a flash grenade. Even they call it a smoke bomb explosion. It's a flash grenade. That's simple what it is. There's actually another device they actually do test in the manga that did not make it to the anime, from what I can tell. And that was like a sound thing in the room they were in, where it basically prevents them from speaking. Yeah, that device actually was not included in the anime. But the next device, this thing was in the actual manga itself. Basically, the special gloves and boots basically used those to climb up walls, which, like in the manga, only Boruto and Mitsuki try it out. Yep. Also, when Boruto used the flash grenade, and they're using the kunai and Boruto and Mitsuki, that is anime original. But the flash grenade, that particular moment replaces the silly moment with the whole thing of, oh yeah, I can't prevent Boruto from speaking for some reason. Though, in the case of how, they actually added this little thing where Boruto's hesitant to put the glove things on. In the manga, it's like, yeah, he just puts on no problem. And he just walks the wall. Okay. And then he tries out the actual, like, flying kite, which is an actual ninja tool. Though, it's basically got bad kinks in it, which, yeah, the whole scene with that is not anime original. That is exactly what's in the manga. They do add it in that Susumori basically, well, says, Boruto, of course she's worried about him. That was actually anime original, because in the manga she didn't do that at all. You can probably see the expression of, like you can probably think she probably thought about that, due to the fact she may have a thing for him. In the anime, they actually added that in. Yes, that is actually anime addition to that. And then, of course, well, then he sees the bruise on his face. Now, this is not anime original. Her spraying his face with the foam, the whole wound, the seal of the wound, that is not anime original. That is actually true to the actual, well, the manga. They do, in fact, cut out like a slight little moment where Boruto, when he's looking at the actual sign next to Kisuke's name, or his picture, and they don't show a close-up, but basically says support the village. And he brings out his special device, which he had in the manga, which is put the chakra blade, even though technically there already is a chakra blade. Yes, this is a device that exists in the Naruto series. Yes, it was also seen in anime original content. Fine. But those were actual physical blades that are powered by chakra. This is basically chakra made into the actual blade, which a lot of people online referred to when this chapter originally came out a few years ago. They thought it was a lightsaber. Yes, a freaking lightsaber. Yeah, they thought this was a lightsaber, and it kind of looks like that, but they don't have the lightsaber sound effect. That would have been quite nice, but no. They go with a different sound. A lot of people probably were hoping for that, but nope, don't get that here. They actually sort of added a little in, basically, where Boruto is somewhat exhausted after holding this thing, and Boruto's impressed with this particular thing, and then, of course, they're there for, after chatting, and they get a phone call from Naruto. Yes, Naruto basically calls up and says, basically, Konohama Muto. Yeah, though in the manga he doesn't mention Muto. Says, we've lost contact with them. This is pretty serious. We need you to abort your mission and go look for them. And Boruto's like, yeah, no problem. And simply put, basically, like, right after that, that's where the episode ends. It's a very good episode. And I gotta say, they did a fantastic job with this episode. Who knows what they're going to do for next week's episode. Yes, I am in fact looking forward to it. Yep. Now, for the newest chapter of the manga, 54, Bro. Yes, we have the color image of basically Boruto in this meat skate look with the horn. Yep. Chapter starts off where last chapter left off, where Boruto slightly controls his own body. Yeah, it's Momoshiki. Oh, this second time I merged. Be sure nice being free. And of course, Kawaniki's looking at his own mark, and of course, like, oh, you're free too, Kawaniki. He sees those when thoroughly extinguished. Where's your smell? And Kawaniki is like, I know you're in there. Don't let me control you. Wake up already. Well, I suppose the case. And he says, shut up, White Eye. Stay out of this. Relax. Nothing you can do. I said, shut up. And of course, they brawl for a while. And of course he gets stabbed, but don't worry, he'll be fine. Though he gets kicked by Sasuke. Okay. And of course, well, Kawanki has what do you mean by that? Yeah, even if karma itself is vanished, the Akatsuki data is distracted for some reason your body. There's a Boruto. And then we see a Ten Tails. Well, possibly a Ten Tails. Though Ten Tails is actually, believe it or not, it's actually Kagura. Yeah. So they're about to fight, and Naruto tries to get up, but he collapses. And of course, Boruto continues fighting Kawaniki. And then he gets hit by Sasuke's sword. And Momoshiki, do you really tend to kill your favorite student? It must be because I'm his teacher. And he fight. Fireball! Fire style! Fireball! I don't know why they had a technique for fire style. Even though in the actual anime in English dub it was Fireball Jutsu! Which I don't know why the heck they referred to as technique for. Yeah, that's Viz Media for. Despite the fact they're the ones who did the dub for the series. And of course, well, they chat for a while. It's like something wrong with Lord 7th. Conversely. And of course, they bring out, and of course, we have. Looks like that Sasuke's about to disappear. And of course, then we have Boruto kicking Kawaniki. There's you, right, bro. And he's about to use his special thing. And he's about to burn him. And he's like, I'm not losing. I'm gonna sacrifice. I guess no choice. Got to hurry. And then apparently something weird happens. And then Boruto wakes up and is like, go back to sleep. Let's go, Kawaniki. It's time. About to absorb him. And Boruto like, no, that's not Momoshiki. Boruto. And he just grabs the horn and said, but go back to your hiding place. And then he's like, go take your... And he breaks out the freaking horn. And he falls right unconscious next to Kawaniki. Sorry for the trouble. Back at you, stupid bro. Oof, good grief. And of course, Naruto basically still collapsed. Quite a great chapter. This is fantastic. Yeah. I give this chapter roughly a 9.5 out of 10. And this chapter is technically the end of this arc from what I've heard, which is quite nice. It's going on long enough. It's going on for like a little over 30 freaking chapters. It's about freaking time we finally end this damn thing. And probably move up to something else. We don't have to focus on Momoshiki all this time. I mean, it's more than ours than fighting one organization. Yep. So yeah, that's episode review, and that's probably going to be it for videos today. I don't have any plans more videos. I mean, there's no Comic Con ready to go, so probably this is probably the last one, okay? See you next week, which will be Attack on Titan. Bye.